when it comes to our black men. And y'all are the ones that love us the most, but hate us the most. And I can't even explain how that is. Like, y'all love us in secrecy. They love us with stipulation. They love us with condition. And I'm going to tell you, like, man, if my walls could talk, I have had, y'all, like, I just really wish my community, and this is including black men, black cishet men, and black heterosexual women, would understand that.
I didn't even think about that one.
I wish they would understand that black men are capable of loving us. And black men really do want to love us. They really do. But let me tell you why it's a hard reason why. Because you messed me up. Well, listen, it just is what it is.
This is crazy.
Because you have black men that's afraid of what the next black man gonna say about them. Then you have the black men that's afraid of what the black woman is gonna say about them.
Can you understand that?
Cis is a term that mainly came from like CDC, like a medical background that now has surfaced into mainstream media. And now we have education around it. So basically cis only means that when you was assigned male or female at birth, you are consciously identifying what you was assigned at birth. Versus a trans person that does not identify what they was assigned at birth. So if you are a man, you look down, hey, I got a penis. I feel like a man. I think like a man. I'm a man. So you're a cis. If you're a female, you look down, you have a vagina. Hey, I am female. I have a vagina. I have breasts. I'm female. So that is cis. Everything aligns. Whereas with trans people, it doesn't just simply align. And it's hard for people that's not in that state of mind to understand how we operate because our wiring is completely different. Yeah. Look, honestly, I don't think a lot of trans people are just delusional or crazy and don't realize we know what we was born with. We don't need nobody else telling us what we was born with. We know that.
Yeah.
But are we simply just saying, like, look, just because I have a penis, sorry, my penis is a little girly. She's girly. My mind just is not matching up with what I have.
Come on.
Help me, Jesus.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
And look, let's be real.
I need a minute. Damn it. I need a minute. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Right. But, and that's what I'm saying. Like, how can a person... I wish I could give you my feeling. I wish I can give people the inside of me to really experience how it really truly feels.
But I hear you. And I hear you. And even beyond that, if I can just do my best, and I know I can't fully do it, to put myself in your shoes, to try to figure out what it feels like to be assigned one thing at birth but feel something entirely different in every fiber or cell in your DNA. Like, this ain't it.
And to me, that's the key word, feel. Because let's think about it. Like, we are born. When we born through the womb, we are in flesh. We are in this body. We are in that. But what we need to realize is something driving the flesh, and that is spirit. And spirit kind of don't have a gender, but it does. Because I can't tell a woman.
Wait a minute, is right.
I can't tell a woman how to just be feminine. I can't tell a man how to
I'm
just
gonna have
be
to go to the Googles.
macho.
I've never heard that
Masculine.
before. I've never heard that,
Right.
whether your spirit has a gender or not. You just messed me up with that. Wow.
But all I know for me is down in the pits of my soul.
How
it's
you
a
feel?
it's pussy.
Are we putting this up? Beep.
Boy,
It's a beep.
Look at your neighbors and beep. I don't hear nobody. Y'all better beep
All I
it
know is that
in. Y'all better beep it in. Y'all better beep it in.
Listen. And that's think about it, because that's how your mannerisms come off so easy.
Yeah.
You gotta think.
It's
Let's
feeling.
really think about it. Like masculinity and femininity is not a physical being.
Which one?
It is a spirit.
Wow,
It's a
Okay,
energy.
okay, watch this. Well, quite frankly, the grammatical word, the grammatical gender of the word for spirit is feminine in Hebrew. Did you do that? In Greek, it's neuter in Greek and masculine in Latin.
So it's split.
Wow.
It depends on where
They
you
go
come
both
from.
ways. Don't point at me. My spirit.
No.
My
pointing.
spirit is
No,
in
I'm just
Hebrew.
saying.
No,
I was like-
wait.
No, it was like
My
a ding.
spirit is in Latin.
It was like a ding.
Oh God, I'm so confused right now. Where's my spirit? Where's my spirit at? I need. Okay, I can't even read. The pronouns. Okay, so the pronouns to address the Holy Spirit is masculine.
Yes.
Okay.
We always say he. Thank you. Like he is the
Yeah.
higher power. We always say he. We always say that.
We
But
always refer to him.
but you know, that's what I'm saying. Like
this is okay.
because it's not just black and white. It's really
No,
not.
it ain't black and white. And I will tell you that the apology is across the whole podcast. But I wonder for the guys that approach you. Let me speak for them for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
All
All right. Let me speak for them for a minute. And I can't defend nobody that does anything negative. I'm not about to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to.
I don't want you to, because it would be not good.
It wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't be good.
What you gonna do? I'm scared for my life. Tell me right now. Don't.
Put him up.
Wait.
Put him up.
But no. Do you believe that maybe the notification, and I heard what you said earlier, that the notification of what we're dealing with should come maybe sooner? Because you explained something earlier, and I never really heard about it like that. I never thought about it like that. That and you said it's not on you to control how another person feels. I just think that it may be potentially on you, me, all of us, quite frankly, if we know what we're working with and we know how people respond to us, to mitigate that just a little bit.
That's a part that I kind of, I kind of agree with that, because look, I know when I wake up, I got sauce. I know I have a vibe. I know I have favor over my life. So with that favor being over my life, it just come with sauce. You're gonna have people that are attracted to you, and I get that.
Okay, watch this. This is what's present to me. Because you're more mature now in how you move, and I can see that, and I can feel that. More importantly, I can. So God has for us what He has for us, and I don't believe that concealing any part, well, not any part, but I believe that the right person is going to be able to, first of all, I think they're going to kind of already low-key know.
That ain't true.
Or high-key know. I'm just saying. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm wrong a lot.
It's very possible, but that ain't true.
But they will know, they will feel something. But even if they didn't, if they're for you, no concealing on your end or no revealing on your end is going to stop them from being with you if God got them for you. Does that make sense to you?
That makes a lot of sense to me, because guess what? I have never been in a mutual full-on relationship that's been long-term. I just never have had that opportunity. And the main reason being because of this, right? And like you said, so you kind of spoke into me, and I may be the common denominator because what I am attracted to is a difficult thing. I ain't gonna never give up on it. I like attraction. I just like what I like.
You like what you
Until
like.
the right one click, the right one gonna click. It's not impossible. Damn, I just lost my train of thought.
No, you.
No, you was on it.
I think.
What were we just saying?
He was talking about. He was basically saying like, what God has for you is for you.
Right. Okay, but I don't remember.
And I don't mean it in the common colloquialism, like people say, well, you know what God got for you. I just believe that for me. Okay, for instance, if I'm going into a business deal with somebody, and I want to conceal what they're a part of me that I feel like the people don't really want to, and if they knew what this was, then there would be a chance that they wouldn't want to do business with me. At that point, it's a little bit fraudulent. Mm-hmm. At that point, my concealing it is a little bit fraudulent. So what I have to do is I have to say, hey, I told you, I came to this thing saying that, my credit was like a 790, almost an 8. Yeah, I ain't really,
like
it ain't that. It's like a 6 and some change. So I'm saying that this is what it is. This is what this is what I am. And if this is a deal that can work, then it's a deal that can work with this in consideration. And I'm not even saying that your situation is a flaw or a demerit. I'm just saying that there is a reason why you're pulling it back. And you're saying for your own safety. I can't even disagree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying but the right person in any situation, man, I think they're going to be graced to be able to handle you full speed.
Yeah, I'm waiting on him to come. Where you at?
She looks into the camera.
I'm like, for real, where you at? Like, let's be real. Because all this headache, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm like literally over it. Like when I did this thing with Deetra, I didn't even know this was finna transpire.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know either. So thank you, boo. So when this transpired, and I came, like I told you, like I had came out, like we was done filming, and I had came out, and you was like, yeah, I ain't even know.
I didn't know.
So, listen, what is for me is for me. This is something that I have manifested. This very conversation.
Really?
I didn't know it was going to be your platform.
Yo, that's crazy. Tell everybody what you said, because you said about...
I wanted to have a conversation with a black man on a larger scale. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to have a conversation with a black man that would be willing to receive what I had to say. And I don't know why I was blessed with this opportunity. I can't fully speak for all of my community, but I know a vast majority of black trans women feel the same way I do when it comes to our black men. And y'all are the ones that love us the most, but hate us the most. And I can't even explain how that is. Like, y'all love us in secrecy. They love us with stipulation. They love us with condition. And I'm going to tell you, like, man, if my walls could talk, I have had, y'all, like, I just really wish my community, and this is including black men, black cishet men, and black heterosexual women, would understand that.
I didn't even think about that one.
I wish they would understand that black men are capable of loving us. And black men really do want to love us. They really do. But let me tell you why it's a hard reason why. Because
Oh, you're messing me up.
Well, listen, it just is what it is.
This is crazy.
Because you have black men that's afraid of what the next black man gonna say about them. Then you have the black men that's afraid of what the black woman is gonna say about them.
Can you understand that though?
I totally can understand it. Because guess why I can understand it? Because that very thought of that person, that black woman judged me as a trans woman. That black man judged me as a trans woman. I had to go through that same transition to get to the point that I am now. Okay? Now, yes, I came from male. So I understand I look, Fortunately, I have a little dialect and understanding of what a male goes through because I have went through that at some point of my life. And I think a lot of men discredit that when they looking at Black trans women. Like, come on, dude, I kind of understand you. I literally kind of understand you because at some point, whether I transitioned late in life or whether I transitioned early in life, at some point, I understood what a male had to go through.
Like I said, some of us live in that should space and ought to be space. But I think, I got to say I think, because I sincerely don't know. And I'm working my way through this, and I thank you for being gracious to help me understand this place of fear and this place of uncertainty and the violence that has been exacted upon your community. Ain't no excuse for that.
It's no excuse.
Because if anybody's going to say they brought this on themselves, this was their choice, they did this, they.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you ain't gonna that falls on deaf ears. And as a man, what'd you call me? A cis man. A cis man.
Het man.
Just not a cis het man.
Yeah, cisgender heterosexual man.
You identify with what you came out as.
And
why can't I just be okay?
Yeah, but
you can. But we
cis het. Why? So you can have a cis gay man?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
We're not gonna. We're not.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
That's what this is for.
Listen, I got that much. I got this much already. I got it. That's another session. That's another session. I got that much. I got that much of business. Wow. Okay. So you're gonna teach me this. I will say that there are people who don't have the sympathy or the empathy or the willingness to understand your perspective.
They don't.
Because they're bound by not wanting to be
associated with.
Associated labeled. Is one, labeled is another. But they just don't want to be in that space where, man, I don't really know what to do with that. And then, we were all, especially if you're raised in the Black church.
Yeah.
Man, we was raised, even when the choir director and
we all knew it.
And members in the choir.
Yep.
We all knew it.
Yep.
We be looking. Okay, y'all, please forgive me because I'm about to say something. We be like, he plays that tambourine way too well.
And where you think that came from?
Wait a minute. What you about to teach us?
Where you think it came from? We talking about that. John a little. John a little. Tambourine.
What you're not gonna do tonight, to morning, is that.
You know. That's crazy.
We all know it was some old grandma in that church looking at John play that damn tambourine, and they went to gospel.
Wait a minute, you know the tambourine too? Come on, tambourine.
Yeah, and let me tell you why I know the tambourine.
Okay.
Because let me tell you about it. The people, listen, Black people is amazing, period.
Facts.
Okay? When you have your LGBTQ plus A community, there's a little bit extra season with us. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We gonna do a little. And it's not that we trying to be extra. We just got it.
You just got a little extra.
Je ne sais quoi. We just got a little bit of it. So to say that we knew John was with the shits.
Wait a minute.
we knew John was with the shits. Well, listen, we knew he was with the shits playing that tambourine. It wasn't
Nope.
It wasn't no thing. And look, I'm 38.
My son, he had a tambourine when he was younger. He was just playing the tambourine. You know what I said? Cameron, give me that tambourine in my hand. Give it to me in my hand.
So why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Because he just be doing too much with tambourine, just playing it loud. He couldn't play it, number one. And I was actually a professional. I was a professional tambourine player. If you brought a tambourine in here right now, I would play you under the table.
Get us a tambourine.
I didn't mean to get arrogant with that one, but I'm not telling you, you don't want to give me a tambourine.
He was a professional tambourine player.
I had to play it in secret.
The church.
I had to practice it, when nobody was looking. The mother was over there.
So let's scale back about.
He went to practice for tambourines.
I'm over there.
Don't play with him.
I got a hard question for you.
Okay, no jokes aside. Okay.
I have a hard question for you.
All right.
And I'm going to have, this question is both for you. Gab is for you and Gabby. Gabby as well, listen, I don't know.
No shade. I'm just go ahead and say what you, wait.
I don't know what you are interested in. I don't know.
Well, let me help you figure it out.
Okay.
I like black men just like you.
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Okay, sis. So I'm going to ask Gabby as a black cishet woman, and I'm gonna ask you as a black cishet man.
Gabby is a black cishet woman.
Sure.
So we talked about previously, did Gabby know? So Gabby, when you did know that I was trans, what feelings or thoughts came up when you did that? And I'm gonna ask you the same question when you finally found out.
Sure.
You wanna go first or second?
I'll
go first. Look. My feelings, like I told you before, your sexual preference and what you do and yourself don't have anything to do with me. I care about the person that you are. I care about your heart. I care about your intent. I care about the energy and that you bring to the environment that we are in. You know what I'm saying? Like what you do behind closed doors or in front of closed doors. However you want to say it, you know what I'm saying? Don't have anything to do with me. I care about you as a person. Who are you as a person? No matter what your name is. You know what I'm saying? No matter, it doesn't.
Or gender.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you as an individual? That's what I care about. When I met you, your energy is good. We've been vibing. We started vibing when we met each other and we lay eyes on each other. We like, hey girl. Exactly.
It was just a hey girl.
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
hey girl.
Yeah.
Hey girl. You know what I'm saying? So that energy was good. And this whole weekend, we have just cultivated a great environment. Yeah. Good energy. And that makeup space that we had before anybody hit the floor and started recording, guess what? It was a good energy back there. We was vibing. It wasn't anything toxic. I appreciate you for who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care what your name is. I don't care what your gender is, how you identify. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, what does your heart say?
Yeah.
If you took your shell off and you were a heart, is your heart black or red?
It's most definitely gonna be actually.
I hope it's red. Cause if it's black, well, you know, I like a black heart
too. Black. Well, maybe.
Look, it's in the middle. It's burgundy.
It depends on who trying to attach to my heart.
But I care about your heart's intent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got good intentions or do you have bad intentions? And that goes for everybody around me.
I'm gonna pose another question to you. Have you ever had any like conflict with any trans women, specifically black trans women? Have you ever had any conflict or have ever seen conflict around when it relates to a black cis woman versus a black trans woman? Have you ever seen that?
I haven't had any conflict personally, but I have seen it. And it's almost like the spirit of jealousy. You know what I mean? It's almost a competition. It don't have to be a competition in the room. I feel like, again, when you step into an environment, if we all took our shells off, what did you come here to do? Did you come here to grace the place or disgrace the place? Period, point blank. So that's just how I feel. Like, regardless, what did you come here to do?
I appreciate you being in that space because honestly, that takes a level of maturity that a lot of women don't have. Because honestly, that haven't always been my story. I typically have good relationships with black cis women. And because the reason why I choose to have that relationship, because I know how to come into the room with that intent as you speak. So, but I kind of always I love to be in a space with a black woman, a black cis woman. As you can see, I'm wearing a black cis woman.
You are.
Like, come on. Like, I want to break that stereotype that it is a competition.
And it's not.
It's really not.
It's not. And then I feel like, again, if you came in, right, and I didn't know anything, like I did, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a conversation. I didn't, say for instance, I was blind. We'll put it that way.
You blind?
I'm blind for this scenario. Say for instance, I was blind, right? When I come into the room, if you blind, you trying to feel in all aspects. I'm feeling the energy.
That's such a good analogy.
I'm feeling around. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feel. So how does it feel? Does it feel good or does it feel bad? If it feel bad, you gonna be like, that ain't for me. If it feel good, you gonna be like, I'm gonna draw closer to that. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I met you, I liked you. I like you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna draw to that. I don't care what you got going on behind your clothes. That's just the energy that you giving me.
Thank you. And she makes a really good point, because to me, that's really all that should matters. And I'm very blessed to be in a space with a woman like that, because that is often not what we are met with at all. And I'm glad I'm in a conversation with two heterosexual cis people. And this disclaimer, y'all don't, regular people, regular natural, as a lot of cis people like to say, I'm a regular woman or I'm a regular man. I don't want y'all to get in y'all feelings about this word cis.
Okay.
It's
just new.
It is new. Yeah. It is new.
That's why I asked you to explain it, because a lot of people don't know.
They don't. And I think a lot of people get in their feeling because they're getting a little taste of their own medicine. They being labeled.
And it's also intimidating sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
they get in their own feelings because they are now being labeled. You are simply getting what you've been doing to gay people, to everybody else. Because let's be real. When you look at, we never question heterosexual lifestyles. We don't question if it's right or wrong. We don't ever do that. I don't know who deemed this to be the default for the world. The only purpose for me, and this is just a personal belief, the only reason why we have heterosexual people is to produce life. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. A trans and a trans woman and a cis het man cannot produce life the natural traditional way.
Sure.
They can produce life. They just can't do it traditionally. So, yes, that is the default, how God created it. But to just be in that lifestyle, it's not the natural. I ain't gonna say it's not natural, but it's just not the default.
Okay.
You know, it's just not the default. So have a little grace for people that don't fall into that.
Or don't do what you do.
Yeah.
I think a lot, because I really am working my way through this.
I am too.
And I appreciate you for
that. I am too.
I appreciate you being gracious, because you've really been incredible tonight. And I would bring this to a wrap. But what I like is that I can be as honest, brutally honest, and as inquisitive as I can be.
So then you need to do some fire questions.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, just so you'll know that I don't understand a lot of this, and even when you explain it, when anybody explains it, I don't understand.
So then, KD, if you don't understand it, just ask the raw question.
I just think that I don't have to understand it. I just don't understand what I'm saying. I don't think that me understanding it has to be a prerequisite to me loving you, being kind, and just being the kind of man that God created me to be. He didn't put no stipulations on,
and I hear that,
how I should love.
But what about the brother that don't do it the way you do? Because that is the brother that is killing my sisters. That is the comment. Those are the
At the same time, I'm not dating you. That's a different situation.
It don't matter if you are or not.
But if they're in that space where they have something going on within themselves, when I say I love you, you know what I mean. I mean I love you because
I didn't mistake that at all.
Oh no, I know you didn't. I'm saying
No,
when I say I love you, I say I love you, and I love you enough to learn you. Because one thing we want to say is we want to say we love everybody, but we don't even know everybody. And there's some things that can come outside of that knowledge that could really be like, I don't know if I can do that. So one of my things is I'm really taking time to have these kind of conversations. I want to be able to know, I want to learn, I want to understand. And I'm going to say, hey, God, if I was in this space of any kind of thing I could possibly think of, does that remove me from your love? He never said yeah.
Yeah.
He never said yeah. So my thing is, I'm going to try to love everybody the way God loves me.
Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about just saying loving you. I can love them, but I ain't got to like them. I ain't in that space. Somebody else might be there. I ain't in that space. The only thing I really want to do is make sure that I hear you. What you need from me. What you need from my brothers. Like, what do you need? How you need me to fight for you.
Okay.
How you need me to show up for you. How you need my brothers to show up for you. Now, one thing, there's a lot of people that are wounded and they're broken and they're really, really hurt and they show up based off of that hurt. And then sometimes hurt attracts hurt. And then that person that looks whole on the outside but hurting on the inside attracts to you who looks whole on the outside but hurting on the inside. And all y'all do is hurt each other.
Right. So can I answer that? How can they show up?
So one of the beginning places is to just, we all just need to, we all need to heal.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I want to answer that because I think that's really important. And I want to just be raw because I'm on this platform with you, which I appreciate you allowing me the space.
My pleasure. Right in the mic.
Brothers, I am hurt. My black men, I am hurt by the way y'all choose to allow me space. And I am hurt by the way that y'all choose to show up and love me secretly, but not in public. I'm hurt by that. On the same token, I also have to take accountability for the action we allow y'all to do. I have to take accountability for the guys that I am choosing because I realize all men are not the same. And I totally understood that. Yeah. So I just wanted to announce that I was hurt, but I'm not holding that hurt against them to fire back at them. Like, I'm hurt in this moment, and now that I'm on this platform, you can really hear the hurt. So now what do we do? Because I'm in a forgiving space.
What does it look like for
What does it look like for me to, and it's not even, I'm going to forgive them anyway, because that's just my spirit.
Well, how do you need us to show up for you?
But how I need black men to show up for me is, and for my sisters, I need y'all to hold one another accountable. If you see your brother liking something that's a little odd and not the typical, don't clown your brother for that.
Don't down him.
Don't down him for that. Allow him space to explore that and be like, look, dude, I might not rock with it, but if you rocking with it and shawty doing you right, I support you.
And be comfortable in expressing yourself.
And just allow them space to, exactly, be comfortable. You can show up by...
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you how we can start dismantling this whole secrecy, this whole DL thing. Is allowing men space. They only choosing to be DL because they feel like they cannot be out. I can't tell you how many times a man have confessed his whole love for me and whole willing to do it all for me and to show up for me, but he could not let his pride down because he can't let his homeboy know he fucking with a girl like me. Or he can't let his mama and his sisters and his brothers know that he's with a girl like me. And I mean, I'm telling you, I have literally been heartbroken because they choose to, and I get it. I understand it because I went through that transition too. So you can show up by starting to dismantle the whole DL notion. That shit is so old. It's old. Let's let that narrative go. Let's let it go.
Well, it's
harder than said. It's much harder said than done.
I mean, and just because it's harder said
but we ought to
done,
start somewhere.
There are agreements that we have as a community made with ourselves.
That don't mean it's right.
Nope. Doesn't mean it's right.
It don't mean it's right.
It does mean that you have to have the challenge to break those agreements that you don't feel best serve you or best serve your community.
Right. But Katie, you put me on this platform is a start to that. There's a little crack that can start a whole ripple effect because
I'm trying. I hope you can see I'm trying. I
know. And to you brothers who follow Katie, don't look at this man different because he allowed me on this platform. Do not look at this man different. Don't question nothing that man got going on because he allowed me on this platform. This man allowed me on this platform because he cared about the well-being of his brothers and he wants y'all to do better. And you allowing me to do better because I got to show up and hold myself accountability for myself and for the girls that I'm representing on this on this platform. Because I'm just one girl, but I'm speaking for a lot of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So please allow him the space to provide y'all this information. Because a lot of y'all going to get the information and not do right by it.
Some going to get it and some ain't going to get it.
Some don't get it and some ain't.
Yeah, some ain't
and the ones
it.
that don't get it, be the ones that be in my DM. Be the ones that be in my DM. Shawty, you going to suck it to the left or right? Oh, I'm still say that.
I was gonna say send me the DM when they get it, but don't send me that.
Send the DM.
Keep that
and
DM.
Scratch the name out.
Hold that. No, don't even send that. I'm good.
Yeah. So brothers, just show up. Just come on, I
just think you should be authentic to who you are and where you are and what your journey is. And yes, there's some things that's really, really tough. Some things and some relationships that you've had in your life with your family, with your friends. Hey man, if you're living your life, we didn't even get to
the family deep
honestly, if you live in your life and you all pent up and you stressed out and you stuck and you ain't really, your mind is everything you you're not being the best. I mean, you're a hellion to everybody that's around you. It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I'm gonna tell you, that ain't the best for you. That ain't even God's best for you at all. I want us to all make better choices. And I want us to be authentic with ourselves, be real with ourselves. Man, all this other stuff, all this other stuff is going to work out. Many times we keep attracting to us what we keep trying to hold down or trying to suppress.
That's where we are. That's our focus.
Yeah, we're trying to suppress. Sometimes you got to figure out what is this that I'm trying to keep a hold on. What is this that I'm trying to hold down? What is it trying to burst out of the seams? Because I know for me, many times I've lived inside the box. But honestly, wow, I ain't really said this out loud. But a lot of things that I didn't really live full because, man, I'm married. And I know when you expose yourself to the world, it's a whole lot of attraction that'll come your way.
Yeah.
And I know me. Mm-hmm. And I know some things I just don't want to fight
temptation.
that. Yeah, I don't want to fight that. So some things some things just, you're going to keep back. But then some things are just...
The greater power is just acknowledgement. Just acknowledging that I do have these feelings and I have the choice. That's the beautiful thing that God gave us is choice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean have the feelings. Like if a dude likes me as a trans woman, he found out I'm trans, just have a feeling. It ain't the end of the world. You can either choose to partake in the juice or not.
I want to tell you that I haven't been that thirsty. I haven't felt the juice yet. I don't want.
Listen, I'm just saying.
The juice ain't really.
We have choice, and it's power. It is power in choice.
I appreciate you.
And I'm sorry, it's power and acknowledgement.
and choice as well.
And choice
because
as
you
well.
get a choice.
Yeah.
Every day you wake up and you get a choice. And every decision that you make, you have had a choice. It wasn't a decision that you made where you only had one choice that you could choose from. You had multiples.
You had multiple choices. Mm-hmm.
So you could decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been awesome, man. I'm full.
It has.
I'm
incredible.
finna fly
And we
back
didn't even talk about the
early
other part.
We didn't even talk about where?
The pride. We were supposed to talk about pride. We didn't even get there.
What about the pride?
Let's just get deep.
Tell me about the pride. Tell me about
Well,
the pride.
we was talking about it already. She kind of touched on it when we were talking about like the pride of the pride of a man and the pride of him being around his family and his peers and his sorors in society.
Yeah.
And what you choose to decide. Like,
Yeah.
Well, it's just masculinity looks a little, it looks a lot different for us. And I don't know if that is, and I touched on it a little bit in the beginning. I don't know if that is what you call toxic masculinity or whether that's just improper masculinity. I really don't know. But all I know is that
It's
one of the things
fragile.
that we
Or
don't,
Fragile.
well, one thing we don't want to do is be in any shape, form, or fashion associated with being viewed as a woman. Because, you know, when you viewed as a woman, we tend to say, yeah, that means I'm not strong.
yep.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not- I'm not
man,
that- I'm
man
not that
has
alpha.
the power to create
But that's
his own
sad
story.
because it's almost like you look as a woman as weak.
Yeah.
You're physically weaker, yeah.
Yeah, but like sometimes we mentally stronger.
I agree. Sometimes.
And sometimes sometimes physically stronger as well. You can have
Right.
Not you.
Been real.
We ain't going back and forth with you.
Been real though. It's sure been real. The thing. Hey, I'm here for you. Whatever you need. And
Yeah, this is home for me, so I love being in Atlanta.
ATL or
Oh
something.
my God. This is where Janelle was born.
Mm,
Literally.
wow.
On Peachtree. She was born.
Come on.
On beach. On
You
street.
I was born on
want to
Peachtree.
get even more
Piedmont.
descriptive?
Oh, Piedmont.
Okay, you remember those apartment buildings?
Uh-oh.
Um,
Oh, you about to get real.
No, I'm just to give a little brief history about Atlanta. The Darlingtons. It's this apartment
Oh, wow.
buildings.
I know the Darlingtons.
Them little studios that sits on Piedmont across from Piedmont Hospital. Right there on Peachtree. You know, that's kind of where it I literally remember the last day I had on male clothing. I had been chilling with my homegirl and we was chilling with these guys. And I hadn't fully transitioned yet or made the decision to be continuously. So I would, in the daytime to go to work, I would have to go as the old me.
Mm-hmm.
And then at night, I would be Janelle, I would be popping. So I was chilling with these guys. Fast forward a couple of days prior, I'm with one of my best friends, and we about to run downtown to 5 Points and do something. And the same guys that I was chilling with as Janelle was at the bus stop with me as the old me. And I was so embarrassed.
They
I don't know if they knew
Did
or
they
not.
know?
I don't know if they knew or
Okay.
not who I was. But I mean, the body is
But
the
inside
body.
of, but
The face
inside
was
of
the
you,
face.
you could feel.
I could just feel that wasn't right.
Yeah.
And that very day, I was like, oh, hell no.
That was
I threw
it.
all them clothes away. I threw all of them. I made a decision that way. And it's unfortunate that men led me to make that decision. But it was time. It literally was time because I was tired of
Transitioning back
going
and forth.
back and forth every night. And all I was doing, like, literally was just taking my wig off and changing clothes. That's all I was doing.
But
That's
still.
all I was doing. So
You had a
imagine-
whole face of
I
makeup.
feel
with
like
some
it's
Bugle
a
Boys
mental
on.
change too, though.
Kind of.
Were you
because I would
like in
show
a
up to
different
work
mental
and-
space?
And people at my job, they would be calling me her and everything. Like my coworkers knew what was up. But the patrons that came into the restaurant, because I was working at a restaurant, I was a cashier, and they would literally just be like, ma'am, could you get this for me? Or ma'am, can you get that? Or she told me this, or it was never at work. And I wasn't even having a wig on. I just was raw face. I wasn't wearing makeup at nothing. Yeah, and my coworkers, they knew what was up. They would be asking me all kind of crazy ass questions. Just crazy questions. that they didn't have no business asking.
I'm not going to ask you the
But
question.
yeah, like it's crazy. So that day was the last day I ever put on the stitch of male clothing.
Wow.
Purposely. Purposely.
Wow.
I never went back after that. I just was tired. Like, I was like, bitch, if you don't stop playing and just be who you are.
Get your life.
Exactly. Get your life. That was the last day. Katie, this has been great. I got a flight to catch.
Yeah, that's been great. I appreciate you. Anytime. I mean that.
Yes.
All right.
And I honor you, my Black queen. Listen.
I honor you, my Black queen.
It's nothing but love.
For sure.
Yeah. And we have to show up for each other in these kind of spaces.
Every time.
To let them know that it's all right. Brothers, it's all right to show up for a trans woman. It's all right.
It's all right to put your pride to the side and
It
be
is
who
all
you
right.
are.
And I understand the repercussions that can come with it. I sympathize with you, but my sympathy only go but so far.
At some point, you just need to. It
gotta stop. It has to stop at some point. But I am very sympathetic. Because I get a lot of newbies. I get a lot of newbies all the time. See, Katie, a newbie, and it's not disrespectful. I'm not trying to be ill or malice when I'm saying newbie.
Oh, this is going to be juicy.
So a newbie is a guy that have never interacted with a trans woman before.
Mm-hmm.
And this can happen online. This can happen in person. This can happen at church. This can happen anywhere. He approached me, just basically all the things we saying. And now he is interested.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to educate and try to tell him like what's up and how it works, because listen,
they don't know.
If I got 10 million lined up, 8 of them want to know what's up.
Oh my goodness. You got 10 men lined up?
If I have 10
where the hell am I 10 men at?
Stay focused. 10 men lined up. 8 of them are new?
8 of them want to know. 8 of them will be a newbie.
Meaning like how this work?
How this work? Am I able to do this? Can I stomach this? Can I do all of that?
Man, this is
why I was like, how can y'all show up? Hold each other accountable and get that man space for us exploring it. And think about it. When he coming to a trans woman, he's not coming with the mindset of this is a dude.
Yeah,
he's seeing a woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you I'm gonna say it, when you see your Sydney Stars, if you don't know who she is, look her up on IG. Shout out to that lady, because that bitch been trailblazing. If you see a T.S. Madison, like these women are very beautiful and voluptuous and ass and fat asses and titties. They aesthetically is pleasing. They are very aesthetically pleasing to the male eye. Okay? When they come into us, they not necessarily looking to see a man. And go
wait. So, okay.
To be quite frank.
But you don't think that that's okay.
Go ahead and say it.
You don't think that's deception at all? No form of deception at all? None?
I feel like that's how they feel.
Because let me tell you something.
What?
I feel like they move how they feel. So if I'm gonna go and get titties and ass, then I'm gonna move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a bad bee. That's how I'm gonna move.
So if I was doing all the rich people stuff, rich man stuff, rich nigga stuff.
Yeah, it don't mean you're not finessing.
I'm just saying.
But you still moving like that.
I'm just saying, if I did all that and I came at you and you got you believing, I was one of them rich ones.
Right, and then I get in a relationship with you and I'm a sucker.
So what you trying to say?
I feel like that could go both ways.
I'm just saying. So I'm saying I'm rich. But okay. when you get to the reality, after you have already fell in love with what you thought it was, and then I say, no, that ain't it. You don't think that's deception? You won't feel deceived?
Well, I do feel like that's a form of deception, especially if we've gotten like this far. You could have been told me. You could have told me at the night one, like, hey, bro, I ain't really got it like that. But, I just wanted to show you.
And the reason he didn't is because he knew you weren't going to mess with him.
Exactly. However, that's still a form of deceitment. It is. But we had this conversation earlier, right? So my thing is, I I feel like it's still the other person's responsibility to share. Share with me.
Yeah.
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
you don't get to hide that, and then when you decide to bring it up, you can't get upset about how I feel about it or how I react.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you decided to hide that. You can't get upset about how I react to that. However, if you open with me, say for instance, we meet and we having a good night and you told me like,
hi,
you ain't even tell me.
I'm broke.
You just showed me. No. You didn't tell me that.
Oh, everything is good except
Remember,
broke, huh?
No. Remember we talked about finessing. You said you acted like you had this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Right? So then it is your responsibility, right?
To let
At
you
the
know
end
that
of
ain't
that
real.
night, right?
Yeah.
After you done pulled me in and got my number and all of this stuff, like, hey, baby girl, all right, let me just be honest. It's your choice as of now if you want to continue to deal with me, because that ain't really my lifestyle. But how many people, on some real stuff, how many people are going to say, hey, that's not my lifestyle?
Yeah.
At the end of the night, they going to wait 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe 4. And that goes in the same way with that with the transgender community, right?
Do you think that goes the same way with the trans?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you do it because if you said something prematurely, then there's a strong possibility that this person that you are giving your affection to won't give the same affection back.
It might not. I feel like it's 50-50.
That sounds just like deception.
Yeah, I mean, well.
See,
I could be wrong.
No,
but
I don't.
Sounds like that to me.
Okay, so a lot of the conversation that we already have had has been off camera, right? So they missing a lot of the pieces.
Okay.
You have to, I feel like men get mad at the trans women for not saying nothing, but they're not taking accountability of how they already approached that girl and show interest.
They approached a woman, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's not the trans woman's responsibility on how she made you feel.
Mm.
You mad at me because I made your dick hard? You mad at me because I made your dick hard?
Yeah.
Wait. Follow me.
It's almost
Follow
like,
me. Follow me. Come on, because you wanted
sitting-
to educate and get me
I'm
in
sitting
real.
close to a wallet that's got all this money in it. You thought it was mine, but it really wasn't my wallet. I just happened to be close to it.
But I feel like
So
people
you
do
have
that.
to-
so what-
But I
so
feel
what
like
do you
people
do?
do
You
that all
gotta
the
take
time.
You didn't care nothing about me. You cared about the money. And so when a guy approaches,
My guy. And this, I got my New York turn going on. My guy.
Oh, you talking about me, my guy?
Yes.
You say my guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
My guy.
My guy, yeah, my guy.
When I'm waking up
Mm-hmm.
and getting dressed for Janelle,
Mm-hmm.
keyword, getting dressed for Janelle, it is not my responsibility from when I'm walking down the street and you want to come up to me like, smile, baby girl, put a smile on your face. Why I got to put a smile on my face for you? It's not my responsibility because the way I'm choosing to show up in the world on how I get your fancy is tickling. I cannot stop your loins from growing big. I can't. That ain't got nothing to do with me because 9 times out of 10, I'm on a clear path to go do whatever I want.
So what you're saying is I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to.
Yep.
I thought it was something, and it just, hey, it's something and something. So
that-
right,
so
don't be
that's-
upset with the attraction.
Y'all need to hold each other accountable on how y'all react to women giving y'all a negative response. Not necessarily that it's negative, it's just not the response that y'all want. So y'all need to hold each other accountable on how y'all react. And then let's specifically talk about how that affects Black trans women. That is where a great deal of violence come into play, whereas you will get clowned for like, yo, that's a nigga you trying to holler at. I have seen that situation happen so much. Now, guess what? That young woman who was minding her business, whether she was twitching too hard or not twitching too hard, you didn't have to react. You could have been like, look at little John right there, look at Shawty right there, look wherever region you in. You could have let old girl go. But you chose. You made the decision to go up to that individual and feel the way that you did. And when you found out what was going on.
What you was attracted to.
When you found out what's going on, now you want to be like, oh, you fool me.
No,
These niggas know.
No. I right.
They know.
And some will do that. I will say, if that's the case, you run up on me because you think I'm rich
Yeah.
And you doing all this stuff that's rich.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to say to you, yeah, I know why you're here. I ain't got no money. Watch you carefully and gracefully walk away. Because I didn't say it loud. I didn't say it in front of your friends. I didn't embarrass you. I told you quietly to your face, yeah, I ain't got no money. Yeah, I'm good. That ain't it. Ain't what you think, unless you tell me what you think this is. And if you tell you what it is according to what it is, then yeah, what's up? What it do? What's popping? You should word.
What's popping?
What's popping? Outside of that, hey man, I ain't even gonna try to get on your wavelength or how loud you get on mine, man. We don't want the same things, and it's cool. Holla.
Yeah, that's how it should be, but it's often not.
So we talking about taking responsibility. I think we take responsibility all the way around the table. We say, hey, I
know better when I go out the house with a miniskirt on, that the kind of attention that I'm going to get. I know better. I'm not saying I don't hold myself accountable in that. If I know I'm going to have some shorts that's cutting up my ass, I'm going to get a certain kind of attention.
And get some attention. And when they run up, hey, screw me, lady.
But even though if I do know that.
So you said, sir, excuse me, sir. Yeah. I know that you didn't run over here and talk to me because of my...
you want to go pick flowers.
My intellectual acumen. I don't think that you want to do that.
Right.
You see what all this is. This wagon I'm dragging. Just so you'll know, this ain't what you think it is. So just... Unless you hear for what you think it is.
I think a lot of people don't give credit to the trans women that really do be having these conversations.
And they do that, okay.
They have this conversation.
And if they have
trans
that conversation...
we not on this whole...
And it goes left...
agenda to fool men. We don't get nothing out of fooling men.
Okay. I got you. I received. I hear that.
We don't get nothing out of fooling y'all, but hurt.
I hear that.